When you think about the 4th of July, you think about food, fireworks, and freedom. What you may not be thinking about is your vehicle, more particularly all the ash and debris that lands on it. So that's why today we're going to explain to you guys why that's a bad thing, and we're going to show you guys how to clean it up. So as you guys can see, this vehicle is absolutely covered in all kinds of dirt, grime, firework residue, and ash. And if you guys didn't already know, when ash mixes with water, it actually creates a corrosive byproduct that can permanently etch your clear coat, and that's the last thing that we want as car owners. So today, we're gonna show you guys how to foam wash, how to pre-wash, and how to contact wash in order for you to achieve the safest wash possible and get your car looking brand new all over again. Before we get into the wash, we're first gonna knock out the wheels, and we're gonna be doing so with our wheelie flag tip brush, our big blue stiffy, and some good old all-purpose cleaner, All Clean. All right, so the wheels are clean, they're out of the way. Now it's time to get into this wash. Now, a couple things that we're gonna be doing in terms of the actual wash itself is we're gonna start off with a pre-rinse, and that's designed to knock off all the ash and all the firework debris that's sitting on the vehicle. Now, I know I did say when ash and water get mixed together, they create this acidic byproduct that can actually damage your clear coat. But in this case, since we're rinsing it off completely, we're not gonna have any problems. So now that we have that out the way, let's set up our 2-bucket method. So with the 2-bucket method, you're gonna have 1 bucket as your rinse bucket and 1 as your soap bucket, and you're also gonna have these cool little grill looking things. These are actually our cyclone dirt traps, and these go at the bottom of your bucket. So all you gotta do is dunk them in at an angle, set them down flat as you get towards the bottom, and it's about as easy as that. You don't got to do anything else. Now that we have this set up, now we're going to set up the actual wash bucket. So right here, I'm going to dedicate the bucket with the blue dirt trap as my wash bucket. So I'm going to throw in my chenille wash pad, let that just kind of soak. And then the soap of choice today is going to be our Sticky Snowball Ultra Snow Foam. Now, Sticky Snowball is a super high sudsing car wash soap designed for extreme suds, especially when in use with a foam cannon. And that's exactly what we're going to be using it with today. So you want to add about an ounce of your favorite chemical guys soap. In this case, we're using Sticky Snowball into your wash bucket. And then we're also going to set up our foam cannon. Now the foam cannon is actually very easy to set up. I already have it pre-filled with water, but basically you just want to fill it up with 2 ounces of soap. So you just want to take off the nozzle, get your soap, and give it about 2 good squirts. 1, 2. So just make sure that the solution is well mixed in together with the water, and you're all set to wash. But before we do that, we want to make sure to pre-rinse the surface to knock off as much of this stuff as we possibly can before we start wiping it down and foaming it. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to pre-rinse the vehicle, and I'll be right back with you guys for the foaming process. All right guys, so we just finished rinsing off the vehicle. Now I was a little bit more generous in terms of the rinse than I normally am, just because, you know, when you pre-rinse a vehicle, it's kind of like a quick thing. But in this case, there was actually a lot of ash and firework debris that was still in the vehicle. I mean, I could only tell because when I was rinsing it, the water was turning from clear to a bright orange. So, you know, just want to make sure that I knock out as much of that stuff as I possibly can before we get into the actual wash process. Speaking about the wash process, let's get into that. So right here, we took off the nozzle. We're going to connect our big mouth max release foam cannon. We're going to set that to max. We're going to adjust our spray pattern right now when we start foaming it. And then we're going to spray the entire vehicle. And then we're going to let that foam dwell on the surface for about 2 to 3 minutes. And that way that foam can uplift any kind of dirt or grime residue that's sitting on the vehicle. That way it's a much safer wipe whenever we go in with our wash mitt. So let me go ahead and foam this up, and I'll be right back. That feels good. All right, so now that the car is all foamed up and we've gave it a couple minutes to kind of dwell, you can tell just because of the foam how it's running off already. Now it's time for the contact wash. But before we start wiping it down, we gotta activate these suds. So now that our suds are activated, I'm actually gonna pull out a secret weapon. Stay right there, don't move. Say hello to my little friend. Right here we have our chenille microfiber wash mop. And this is great because it's extendable, so we can actually use this to wash the higher parts of the vehicle like the ceiling. So right now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually dunk it into my bucket here with suds. So let me go ahead and wipe down the top of the car, and then we'll wipe down the sides with our microfiber wash pad, and we'll be on our way to the perfect wash. Whoop, look at that, look at that. Look how easy this thing is, bro. You just go ahead and glide it left and right. This is a cheat code. It's a detailing cheat code. It's a chemical guy's cheat code. You know what the funny thing about this wash mitt is? I can actually wash the sides of the car too if I really wanted to, because this Ford Flex is flat. So now that we're done with the roof, we're gonna start wiping it down with our chenille microfiber wash pad. Now, since the roof is done, I don't have to worry about that. Now I'm just gonna worry about the sides of the vehicle, because that's the next dirtiest part of the car. And then whenever you're doing your vehicle and you're wiping it down, always wipe in straight motions. You just wanna make sure that your wash mitt is always clean and you're not doing that circular motion. Because you can imagine, if you're doing that circular motion and you have something on your wash mitt, that's how you get swirl marks. So now that you've done a certain section of your vehicle, you want to come back and then you want to wring out the wash mitt outside of your rinse bucket. And that's only because if there is any kind of abrasive particles in the water or in the wash mitt, at least it won't be landing on our rinse bucket, because after you wring it out, now we're going to actually go to the rinse bucket. Now, whenever you go to the rinse bucket, don't do this. You want to make sure to go inside your rinse bucket, push it toward the bottom where the dirt trap is at, and you almost want to like scrub the wash mitt against that face of the dirt trap sitting at the bottom of your bucket. And make sure you do it on both sides if you do use both sides of your wash mitt when you're washing it, just to make sure that you knock off anything and everything that's on the wash mitt. And once you do that, then you pull it out. You wring it out once again outside of the bucket. And then what you want to do is you want to inspect your wash mitt and make sure that there's nothing like anything abrasive. Like I mentioned, those twigs, those branches, little rocks, pebbles that can actually sneak up on you. And if you're not being careful, you can cause some serious damage just by not inspecting your wash mitt before you get some more suds. And then once you're done rinsing it off, simply grab some more suds, and now you're ready to finish wiping down the rest of your vehicle. So we're gonna go ahead and finish it up here. We're gonna finish wiping it down. We're gonna rinse it off. We're gonna dry it, and then I'm gonna give you guys one quick pro tip at the end of this video to ensure that your vehicle is always protected at all times. Corrosives, they not like us. They not like us. They not like us. All right, now that we're done washing and drying the vehicle, this thing looks pretty great, and we want to keep it looking this great. So for that, we're going to be using Hydro Blitz. Hydro Blitz is a hybrid ceramic spray wax. So this takes everything that you know and love about spray waxes and combines it with the shine and protection of ceramic, and you use it the exact same way. All you got to do is simply spray it on the surface, wipe with the microfiber towel, come back with the dry side, buff off any residue, and buff in that layer of shine. And just like that, you're protected all year round with Hydro Blitz. And just like that, we're all done washing this vehicle, getting rid of all the ash, all the firework debris, and all the dirt and grime that has been accumulated on there for the past few weeks. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to give us a huge like, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and if you guys want to pick up the products shown on today's video, you can find them all linked in the description and pinned comment down below. As always, my name is Joey, this is Chemical Guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Wow, that did not hit the camera at all.